London in the 1850s was a city of profound contrast, where immense wealth existed alongside deep poverty. It stood as the world's largest city, a thriving metropolis powered by industry and empire. Daily life unfolded here before the age of electricity, automobiles, or modern machinery. The Thames was the city's lifeblood, yet its polluted waters also carried disease and despair through the crowded capital. It functioned as London's main highway, a bustling aquatic corridor for coal, goods, and countless passengers. All this movement converged at the city's oldest and most vital crossing, the storied London Bridge. London Bridge in the 1850s was a perpetual motion of commerce, connecting the north and south banks. Horse-drawn carts laden with wares rattled steadily across its stone roadway throughout the day. The bridge's narrow stone arches created treacherous currents, a constant hazard for the boatmen navigating below. Each dawn, a mass of men gathered at the dock gates for the call-on, hoping for a day's work and wages. This vital artery was profoundly polluted, a repository for the waste of 1 million homes and industries. Upriver lay Westminster, the political heart of a vast empire, where the nation's power was concentrated. A new palace of Westminster, a Gothic revival masterpiece, rose from the ashes of the old. Parliament stood firm beside the Thames, its authority flowing with the river's tide. Within its halls, lawmakers debated the course of the nation and its expanding empire. Nearby, Westminster Abbey stood as a solemn counterweight, a monument to faith and history. Here, spiritual authority and temporal power existed in quiet, centuries-old proximity. The very stone of the bridges and buildings spoke of permanence and the weight of governance. It was a place where the air itself seemed to hold the quiet, formidable weight of authority.
The Thames served as a ceremonial route, carrying dignitaries directly to the seat of power.
Beyond the centres of power, Victorian London lived in its labyrinth of streets, a constant swirling tide of humanity. This was the city's pulse: clerks, costermongers, and labourers, all flowing in a ceaseless rhythm, dictated by the need to earn a living. The market streets were the essential theatre for local trade, a cacophony of shouted prices and haggling that sustained the neighbourhoods. In every shopfront and display, daily commerce thrived, a relentless exchange that fueled the city's economy from the ground up. The city's growth was constrained by narrow, canyon-like streets and tall buildings that blocked the light and air. As dusk fell, lamplighters moved through the streets, igniting the gas lamps that pushed back the deepening shadows. Buckingham Palace was transformed into the official royal residence, becoming the heart of the Victorian monarchy. It was the private home of Queen Victoria and Prince Albert, and the public symbol of the Crown's enduring presence. In an age of relentless industrial change, the palace stood as a carefully managed symbol of stability and tradition. In 1851, the Great Exhibition opened within the Crystal Palace, a spectacular showcase of global industry and invention. The British Museum stood as a treasure house of the ancient world, built from the spoils and scholarship of a global empire. Its collections were a repository of global knowledge, where visitors could encounter the artistic and historical wonders of all civilizations. This culture was not separate from power. It was curated at the very center of empire, reflecting its reach and its certainties. Meanwhile, the new railways were beginning to transform London, shrinking distances and reshaping how people lived and worked. Steam trains at grand new terminals like King's Cross propelled the city's growth outward, creating the first suburbs. Looking back at London in the 1850s, we see a city of stark contrasts, vibrating with the raw energy of the industrial age. Its story was written by the labour at the docks, the trade on its river, and the power exercised in the halls of Westminster. The foundations of the modern metropolis were laid in this era. Its shape and many of its streets still guide our steps today.